How's it going, everybody? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be looking at the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series Claw/Venom action figure. I have two versions of Venom right here because this Venom right here was released in the first line of figures in 2008, and also released in 2008 we get this Venom over here. Now, this Venom over here was actually released twice. He was released in 2008 with the same packaging as this guy over here. But in 2009, they made him in the Spectacular Spider-Man Spider Charged wave of action figures, which in that wave he had like these symbiote claws you can attach to his hands. This version didn't come with that. I remember getting these guys both new in package years ago, back when the show came out, so that's how I know, because they made a lot of different versions of Spider-Man and Venom in these waves. But the first thing we're going to be taking a look at today is the first release of Venom right here. This is a very cool figure for its time. This is one of those early Hasbro action figures. As you could see, Venom here is actually a pretty big, bulky figure. He's actually a metallic blue, which I can never quite understand why they did that, because Venom in the show, he was all black. He was never blue. But regardless, I do really like it. And what's interesting about this figure is that if we look at his hands right here, we can see like the claws in his hand. Sharp claws. So the reason why they call it Claw/Venom is because he had a play feature where if you take Venom and you rotate him like this and then you let go, he would move. But what you can do is when you rotate him, you can get him to swing in either direction. So you can pretend that he's trying to Claw/Spider-Man with his giant fists. And if we turn him all the way around, he actually has these ratchet joints that click when you rotate him. And this figure is actually pretty limited on articulation. You can fully rotate his head. It doesn't go up or down or anything. It's just stuck in that position. His arms could go outward that far, in that far. And you can move his legs up and down. He does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And I really like the figure because I feel like even though the color's a little off, he does capture the likes of Spectacular Spider-Man in that cartoon. So I feel like this figure isn't 100% show accurate because his color is off, but at the same time, he's still really good. Like if we look at his hands right here, as you can see, he has the white on his hands like the black costume Spider-Man would have had. And what's interesting is they didn't put that on this figure right here. I actually feel like this one right here is a better figure, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. And yeah, I really like this figure because it's one of the first action figures I ever gotten from that nostalgic show. And I really like it a lot. It's a really nice Venom. Not my favorite Venom figure, but this guy right here I actually like a whole lot more. And the reason why is because he's not metallic blue. He's actually black like Venom should be, just like he was in the cartoon. And what they did here is really interesting. They actually gave him like these rubbery arms. So like if you squeeze his hands right here, you can tell that they're rubber. His shoulder joint right here is just a hard plastic, but here it's actually rubber. And I really like it a lot because for comparisons, if we look at the hands on this guy compared to the hands of this guy, this one's a lot more show accurate. And if we look at the feet of this guy compared to the feet of this guy, they're completely different. The Wave 1 Venom actually has giant feet, and the feet on this, I guess I should call it Wave 2 Venom, actually looks more like the cartoon. But he does have waist articulation. He doesn't have that ratchet joint because he doesn't have that play feature. What I did think was interesting, though, is that when this figure was released, his package did say claw slash, just like this one right here, which is really interesting. And they brought him back in the Spectacular Spider-Man Spider Charged line and just gave him these two giant symbiote claws that you can attach to his hands. So that's actually really interesting. But as far as articulation goes, this Venom can rotate his head a full 360. His arms can swing outward and inward that far. You can fully rotate his waist, and his legs can move up and down that far. And he's a really great figure. Of course, Venom has always been one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. So just to have these two guys in figure form is actually really nice. Now, as for comparisons, we're going to bring in Spectacular Spider-Man. Put him right next to these guys, as you can see. Venom here is a little out of scale because he's supposed to be like massively bigger than Spider-Man, but the figure itself is bulkier, but Spider-Man's here is actually taller. Probably just because his legs are scrunched in that position. He doesn't have any knee joint articulation, so that's probably why. And for another comparison, I have my favorite figure from that line. Here we have Venom next to the Shocker. So, yeah, I really liked what they did with the Shocker in that show. I really feel like that was like my favorite animated version of Shocker, in just my opinion. But I've always liked Venom a lot more. Venom's definitely probably my second favorite Spider-Man villain. My first would probably either be Dr. Octopus or Green Goblin, but both these Venoms here I think are very well done, and if you could find them, I would definitely recommend them because they're from that nostalgic show. And I want to review a lot of other figures that I have from that beloved cartoon, which will be dearly missed. Spectacular Spider-Man is my favorite version of the wall crawler. But it doesn't matter which Venom you get. I mean, I would honestly recommend getting that guy right there because he has more show accurate color. But this metallic blue guy is also massive, so I would still pick up both of these. They're really great figures to have. So I couldn't recommend them enough. So this has been my review of the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series Venom action figure. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once we reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel, I will be doing a full collection video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think of these figures, if you ever had these, and with the two different versions I have right here, what do you think of them? I look forward from hearing from you guys. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.